live on Twitch as well. Good afternoon, everybody. We've got another day of some Duet Night Abyss. I took a little bit of a unintentional siesta due to getting unwell over the weekend. But I'm back on track once again and am healthier than ever. Hopefully. Probably. Also, if you haven't noticed already, I got myself a haircut the other day. So I am not just fresher, but looking fresher. So things are going up all around, and I've been making plenty of progress over the time that I've been offline. As we can see here, I'm already real close to having like almost all the Resolve Luminos stuff maxed out. I mean, I should only need 4 plus 10s, and I'm really close to this last plus 10. In fact, I've got the last 2 wedges crafting right now. So, with that in mind, I'll have everything ready for when the new Winspos come out. Yes, I am alive! Well, yeah, you should only need 4 for Casio because of the new Winspos, because you're going to replace one of these with the Winspo anyway. Yeah, what's up, Prox, and what's up, Jam? Yes, the cat is alive! I did want to stream yesterday, it's just between errands and stuff, time just didn't work out. But no, I did not indeed die. I am more alive than ever, in fact. It was my President's Day / Chinese / or Valentine's / Chinese New Year. Well, President's Day was pretty nice. Got to spend some time with my dad. We went to get sushi. Lunar New Year, I didn't really do anything for, and Valentine's, I also didn't do anything for because I'm single. I'm married to YouTube. That's how it's going. Yo, what's up, Agnarock? Welcome. We got Anonymous in the chat too. We got Player 2 in the chat. And Paddocks caught me this time at launch. Yo. And we also got M. Hi. Man, everybody is popping in right now. I haven't seen Dart yet, or Blackie. That's Blackie. Hear that? He's free? I'm indeed free. Married to the bag. Exactly. In fact, I have even more. Yo! Got a gifted membership from Player 2! I just realized I don't have Cast Labs open. I'm so sorry. I know I was forgetting something. Man, everybody's been absent from the stream. We got Amon as well. Welcome. Anyways, glad to hear it's been chill. Yeah, it is been chill. Maybe a little bit too chill, but I'm looking at amending that. I want to get right back onto the solid content train. This should be the last off day that I have that I don't need to take. Yeah, I've been tied up with the infield. Okay. Also, we got Going Bird. Ni howdy to you as well. But we got a lot more Mystic Maze to do, especially because we just got the monthly reset with all of the wedges in here, which means I've got a lot to grind. As well as just the fact that since I'm like pretty much done with my wedge grinding, at least the wedge grinding that matters in the current version of the game, I should really just be focusing all of my efforts on the maze as well as getting all of my track shift modules crafted, because oh boy do I have a lot to craft. In fact, it seems that I have more essence skeletons than I started with the patch. But it's also pretty nice because Med put out a like Randy defense strategy I've been making some pretty good use of that. I actually just started last night. And I wound up waking up to 3,000 Luna Memento, so that was pretty crazy. Will Rhythm all +7 be good in Summit? I wouldn't count on it. I mean, it's gonna be, like, really competitive because unlike... Or there was a good amount of people who didn't wind up farming up Psyche, but I'd say there's going to be a significant portion of the player base who not just have Rhythm all maxed out, but have all of her wedges maxed out as well, just because she is that good of a farming character. The new wedges caught you off guard. Which ones? The range wedges? Water before Maze Ladder? That sounds like a splendid idea. Was that tier list video you're making? Is that for a YT video? I was thinking about doing it for a YT video. I don't know. It was mostly just for fun. I didn't have the right energy for that last night, which is why I didn't wind up having something to upload this morning, even though I really wanted to. But it might be something that I return to later. Hello, just gonna lurk today, kind of pissed off from stuff. Well, I'm glad you're still here, Blackie. I hope you're not pissed off from the fact that I missed out on so many of your hellos. So no trolling from my part. Got it. Yeah, take care, man. Max at Electro so hard the wedges were +15. That's wild. Good thing of Ji Liu all +7. She should be so good. Well, just think, like, you're gonna be facing off against the entire rest of the player base, so just think, if you're slacking, there's gonna be several other people who don't slack when it comes to wedges, and wedges are going to be the easiest, well, maybe not easiest, but the best way to get ahead. You played Terraria for 12 hours straight yesterday? Dude, that sounds like a dream. Yep. Blue Wedge, Reforge almost finished, +7 for your Penetration, Crusher, and Spike Wedges? Huge. I mean, I'm gonna max those out as well later, and that's gonna be like one of the last set of wedges that I do that for. What should you use my wedge amplifiers on? I'd say save them for right now, but what you should prioritize them for are wedges that are like either weekly or monthly limited and relevant to the current summit. That would be the best way to go about it. We are getting 2 wedge events before the next Fox Hunter Summit. We're getting one on the 20th this month and another on the 20th next month. So there is a real solid chance that all that's happening. Alright. But I probably shouldn't waste much more time. There is plenty that I have to get done in the Mystic Maze today. So I should not delay at all. Hey, how are you? It's been, it's the day? Or how it's the day? Quick question, how soon can we see a video dedicated for weapons and how to properly mod them? I'm struggling a bit with them and need to see just what to focus more. I could probably do a video on weapon building and that sort. I should have to, or I should do a little bit more research on that. So it probably won't happen tomorrow or the day after. But honestly, I think I could probably start doing videos of, like, specific weapon reviews. I think that would probably be pretty good. I think probably starting with Entropic Singularity. Because that's definitely the best all-rounder weapon. The amount of coins we need nowadays, plus more wedges and maze, makes you really wish they buffed the base excavation awards. Yeah. Well, thankfully, at the very least, we can use exploration for some AFK coins. It's not going to be super efficient, but it is still nice to be able to put that on for like 30 to 40 minutes and get 600k money. Because it really only would be best to set up something like an AFK defense for an overnight, because that's really the only time where it would be reasonable to spend that long AFK just when you're sleeping. Oh, we got a 5 stream streak for Blaster Dark. Huge! Yo, it's Duet Night Amazing. How's the grind going? Grind is going good. I am all rested and healed up. Yeah, I'm all rested and healed up from over the weekend. At least, I'd say I'm at least 60%, which is certainly a heck of a lot better than what I was prior. Should I use my wedge events on Wings Inspo? Yes. That is going to be one of the best things to use the wedge event, especially the commander part of it on. Wings Inspos as well as the Pans wedges. Though, personally, I farmed out all my Pans wedges from the Expulsion mission in the Nachteuger, because that farmed them all out at the same time. So, that'd be my primary recommendation of that. Excited for you, Ming? Indeed. I am excited for the baby girl. You're unsure of what goal to set for Summit first? What do you mean, what goal to set? Like, resource grinding-wise? Or prep-wise? Oi, Kazuya. The hearts are being refilled. Sweet. Get some more embers. Gotta say, it's gonna be really nice when we get a maze upgrade. Thankfully, it should only be another 2 months before we're hopefully getting the maze rework. I feel like if we don't get something in 1.3, I don't know. I might just be so Stockholmed by that point, by the Mystic Maze, that I'll just be numb to it. But I really do hope we get an upgrade in 1.3. 20-ish more catnips, indeed. You need around 650k trace drops for all the wedges in VP, so have fun. Yep, I mean, it's 8.5k per run. Let me just do a quick division. Divide by 8,500. Okay, so that's like 77 maze runs. Splendid! Hooray! Oh, jeez. Nothing. Alright, what about Lamplick? So, I at least got some... I mean, there's this one, I guess. Okay. You got +7 of all the new Electro Edges, so you just started making +7 Covenanters, Morales, and Volitions. Yep, that'll be good. Don't neglect your signature wedge either, because that's going to be probably the biggest thing to level up all around. Yeah, I just realized I got the... Oh my gosh, I got the Penitence Knight that gives me the skill efficiency downgrade. I was about to run out of insanity on a freaking mobbing stage. Alright. So bored that I just farm random purple wedges for next patch Gamba? Ah. Yeah, honestly, that probably wouldn't be too bad of a thing to do. Just free farm every single wedge. But I'm looking at Fusion. I don't know if I should throw everything into her first. I won't have her I5 until next week. Well, I'd say get your Electro wedges done first before you start going for your support wedges, but then definitely go for the support wedges next. Yep. Hello, OzDragon 2. Got 5 crystal 4-legged bosses maze today. My 10 run super lucky draw. Sweet. I'll say I probably should just make it a habit of doing 10 maze runs a day. Every single stream start out by running maze 10 times. We'll get defense ignore, that'll be a massive increase in damage. How much time do you think it would save if we could turn off the animations on acquiring artifacts and lamp wicks? I think it'd save a pretty decent amount of time. That's something that I started recommending a lot. It's just to cut down on the amount of menuing and animations. Because, let's just say, all of the artifacts were like 3D models that we could see in the world. And instead of all of these rooms and stuff, like, it was just a selection of artifacts. And we could just pick them, because we know what they all do. That would probably be best. Just cut down on the amount of gameplay interruptions that we experience. Yep. Am I gonna keep grinding out cones and wedges even after you 10-10 them? Probably not. I mean, I might if I just don't really have anything else to do. Also, thank you, Going Bird, for the Crystallophile boss. It really just depends on what I have left, really. Oh my gosh. Am I... I really ran out of... Okay, I didn't deal enough damage. Okay, that's wild. Yeah, I did my weekly chase runs already. Alright, I should just be able to sit here. Oh wait, that's right. He does it a second time. Never mind. Lynn just feels too much better in maze? Yeah, definitely. The maze, you just need the character right. No need, yep, no need for wedges in maze. All of your wedge upgrades are completely disabled. Really need to update Missing Maze to give us another way to get thread. I agree. I mean, if at the very least we could just, like, send an expedition that gave us threads, that would alleviate so much. I think I should at least give her +7 Hydro signature first. She has 1 gold Covenanter. Yeah, get the signatures upgraded first. 100%. No, that's my weekly run done there. Definitely feels a little bit odd. I think... Yeah, that's the issue right there. I think I remember that happening when I was doing my grinding guide. Someone pointed out that I removed the enemy attack thing instead of like the enemy damage resistance or the HP in the recording. So that's what happened. I would have absolutely annihilated the Crystallophile otherwise. Just getting plus or 4-minute chase runs in random matchmaking today. It's all rhythms. Yep. That's the beauty of it. Most people, I feel, who are still playing, I feel like have really wisened up to the game, and I really appreciate that. Have I tried Jilu for Mage? She's pretty clear and clears 270 to 300 with only like I1. I have tried her off stream once. I wasn't like super impressed, especially compared to my Lyn and Psychic clears. She just kind of feels like a slower Lyn right now, in my opinion. And I like playing Lyn significantly more than I like playing Jilu, so that's gonna be my main comment on the topic. Is Lyn still good? I have i6 and just returned this week. Oh yeah, Lyn's still great. The only thing is just that we don't really have a lot of Pyro supported content in the game right now. But she's still an excellent character through and through. Okay, you want to see how 3 Electro units team would do in Summit? Probably not that great because Fushu hard carries Zhiliu. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, Fushu, or Zhiliu without Fushu is, like... It's like... I'm trying to think of something to say. Time's up to say something witty. Move to Nifel Maze? Yeah, Nifel's one of the other characters that are recommended for it, really. Who else would be, or wouldn't be hard for Zhiliu support-wise? What do you mean, wouldn't be hard? Oh, I get it now, I get it. I see the bit. I mean, you got me hard for shit. Same for Rhythm, though? No. Not the same for Rhythm. Rhythm has functioned plenty before Fushu came out. But the main thing with Zhiliu is that she needs that skill speed upgrade. Otherwise, her animations are just so long to go through. Meanwhile, Rhythm gets away with a lot of animation cancels, and as such, doesn't really need Fushu nearly as much. And maybe I should spend all my letters on Rhythm letters today? Oh, 100%. Rhythm is top farming character in the game. We are getting some more niche strategies in farming, but Rhythm is still the most widely used. Yeah, that's another nice thing about getting all done with my Illumina stuff, because that means I have a maxed out Nifel for the Randy strat. Do we have any other Randy defense players in chat right now? I definitely want to do another one of those tonight. Is Yumin gonna be a DPS or a support? Both. He's gonna be both. Alright, let's see. No Glimmerflies. Well, this one will at least give me some skill damage increase. Randy mentioned, yep! Wish she leaves I2 is just not her normal dragon, but AFK? It is more than just that, because it increases the amount of hits that her non-AFK dragon does as well. Yes, you heard Randy right. Did some tries, but no 6-hour commits. Yeah, I'm doing it overnight. I do have to get some more investment on my skill range. So that'll be something that I've got to take care of later. One reason I play Randy's because he looks like Lee from BGR. Oh, okay. I wonder if we'll get some other kind of lookalikes in this game in the future. Just don't do any Oyo characters, otherwise that fan base is gonna have a meltdown. Would have been cooler to say hold attack that shoots a beam like Fantasio for high damage. Well, I already told you it does more than just AFK. And I don't really want some heavily gameplay altering things like that just locked behind Introns, really. Even if it is just an Intron too.
you imagine the meltdown that people would have if they gave Ji Liu a laser beam on her I2? We really don't need that, because we don't even have stuff that's that egregious in the game going on, and we already have Reddit constantly having a meltdown and doom posting the game. Actually, instead, what did we get our auto battler guide for level 1 to 20? Honestly, there's a lot more demand for the event guide than I really thought there would be, so, I mean, dang, I could probably do that, but main issue is that I haven't even really done, the auto chess event that much myself. Okay, she's just not doing the whole attack, so I guess I just gotta burst her down. Alright. But yeah, I could make some pretty simple strats for it. I love that a simple change like improving the infinite mission rewards made people go and find new strats, and Randy's getting revival. Oh yeah! It is so big. Like, I said this back when they first announced it. It's that, like, now we actually have a reason to build characters and strategies that scale all the way up into level cap. Since there is a significant incentive to do so now. Some people even started trying to find Fafnir decline strategy on Future Arclight for it. I did see that. Kind of crazy all around, to be completely honest. I think I'll start with my ranged weapon wedges. Getting all the blueprints and stuff for this. Need auto battle maze. I think if we could send one maze expedition a day to get us like 10k threads, that would be so nice. Cause I mean, you'd still have to grind maze for everything, but it would alleviate a lot of the stress that most people have. Either that or just give us better maze. One or the other. Oh, okay, just starting out with Penitence Knight, okay. Wild. Wedges with links that give you bonuses if they link in specific other wedges? Oh, yeah. I remember you talking about that in open chat earlier on the Discord. I definitely like the idea of it. Hiccups, call an ambulance. Yep, drinking more water. 1 to 20 auto battler is really, really easy. The endless games are the ones that get hard. Ah. Yeah, so far I think I've gotten to stage 10 using, like, the same exact strategy. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to get with it, though. Also, you need to do dailies for the event a couple times if you want to clear the shop. Oh, there are dailies? I didn't know about that. Oh, watching you while all of that 99 defense? Sweet. Honestly, I really want to do a full 99 wave defense on stream. I think that'd be pretty fun. And I think if they do that, they need to let us move track slots around, because then we'd have a reason to care about track location. Or give us the option to have multiple track shifts on the same slot. I feel like adding that would be the best thing going forward. Just copy the whole TFD system. I think I'm done because I can't get past the chess event. Well, after this I can show you guys what I've been doing. I don't mind the weapon upgrade mats, but that mission is so annoying. The mediation? Honestly, I feel like that's probably one of the missions that they're looking at first when they're doing their whole commission upgrade later. If you played Warframe, do you think they have add-on systems like Archon charts? They are definitely looking at new systems for progression in Duet Night Abyss. They have straight up announced that they're looking to improve characters through not just demon wedges, but with new progression systems entirely. So yeah, I do think that they are going to implement new systems, maybe not exactly like the Archon Shards, because I do feel like they are going to do a lot more things to differentiate the game further. I feel like a lot of the things that they copied from Warframe initially, especially like when it comes to the game modes, were just to kind of get like the bones and the feel of the game before expanding upon that. Especially because they did kind of have to rush through a lot of it so close to launch. Have they said anything about increasing MR past rank 65? Not yet. Though I do think we are going to get some trial rank upgrades sometime in the next couple updates, just because we're going to get more and more people who are not just reaching 65, but overcapping it. Elman, watch your video about the weapon damage buff and new wedges. I can't seem to replicate half the damage with golden plus 5 stuff. Is that grind dependent? Yeah, you need to invest in your wedges more. Because, I mean, it's just going to be comparing a character with plus 5s to a character with plus 10s. Same exact thing for weapons. The difference between both is going to be massive. As far as I saw, Fafnir Curse works on mediation. You turn the bomb into a barrel and it dies instantly? Oh, really? That's hilarious! Alright. It's either that or universal tracks like Warframe. Personally, I really hope they go for the TFD system instead, because aren't universal formas in Warframe purchase only? Like, you can't craft them at all? Or only apart from, like, limited events? I don't really like that as the solution, especially because we can't grind plummules. Or trade for plummules. No. You need to farm them and they require 4 regular format? Okay. Yeah, I feel like the TFC system would be a better way of implementing that. I tried your Daybreak build on Margie and I can say that she deletes the boss in 1 second if you control F4 combo. Crazy! The boss just disappears along with the rest of the game. I didn't know Margie was that strong. I have 1,700 hours in TFD, and that wedge system on DNA would be so much better. Trust me on this one? I trust you. I mean, I've got a friend of mine who has played both TFD and Warframe extensively, and he's been saying the exact same thing. Sweet skill efficiency. Alright. Defense ignores well. Oh, splendid. Alright. I legit can't remember a universal forma, but I'm sure it's limited purchase and events only. Okay. That friend must be cool? Yeah, the coolest. One of the people I trust the most in this world. Alright. Well, I think this is the 3rd Mystic Maze run today, so after this I'd need to do like 7 more before I go do some other stuff, though I do kind of want to show off the simple strategy that I've been doing for the auto chess event. I don't know how well it's going to scale, but so far it has been more than enough.
Came? Whoa! Came from where? Alright. Yeah, I'll go ahead and show off the auto chess thing that I've been doing. Let's see. I will have to come up with strategies after I reach the max endless, though. At least from what I've heard regarding other people's attempts. Yeah, so let's see. Great Chaos of Mecha Puppets. Oh, these are the dailies. Okay, I see. Consume 200 load, complete endless games 10 times. Okay. Yeah, so far, yeah, I'm on the 8th. Literally what I've been doing the entire time base commission manuals when, dude, that'd be so nice. Yeah, I just put down, like, a couple of the cleaver guys, and then I just fill everything else up with the gorilla filthoids. And this so far has cleared every single stage effortlessly. Because these guys get up front, they tank all the damage, and then the gorilla filthoids just completely firing squad the rest. It has been effortless for the early stages. You can get Omniforma from either Weekly Archimedia, 5% chance, or getting from Arbitrations. Got it. Only problem with this game mode is that it's slow to load and clunky menu. Yeah, so what I've heard is that you can go to the Glevum Pit area, and that should get you faster load times. So, either that or the Sanctuary, both of them. Yeah, but we seriously need a maze update. Worst part is that I want to bat mazes that I want to farm and get my wedges and BP this season, so I can start stockpiling for the next season. Yeah. So let me just go ahead and play through the rest of the Mecha Puppets. Gotta go catch some Z's. Live, laugh, litterbox. What? I hope you have a wonderful rest. Apparently there's a Gorilla Filthoid Mecha Puppet too? Alright, interesting. I wonder how much more damage these guys deal. Especially because they're, like, more than double the cost of a normal Gorilla Filthoid. It does look like they are doing quite a bit more. Is there a big difference between Psyche versus Knifel Maze clear time? Not huge. I'm gonna be honest, between Psyche, Knifel, and Lyn, it is gonna be based a lot around personal preference and how really consistent you want it to be. Save your preset to save yourself time. Oh, okay. I guess that's a button that I overlooked. Alright. Yeah. I see. Alright. Oh, 2 of these guys, and fill up the rest with the Gorilla Mecha Pups. Alright. Save lineup. Okay. That'll make things faster. So, it does look like this strategy is just gonna keep clearing for a while. Imagine 800% maze commission, man. Dude. I just clicked start over. I would be all over being allowed to use manuals in maze. That would be such a dream. And genuinely the best place to use manuals overall, because that'll be the biggest time. I'm doing that. I'll say that'll make the endless even faster. Alright. Hi, Tammy! Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. What was this? Oh, apparently it's X-Blow on wedges. Nice. I farmed Maze all months except this one. I simply don't have the capacity anymore. I farm Chase because it's fun. I hate Maze because it's boring to the point I'm farming gold from excavation. Just wish they just make it co-op. Yeah. I can't really blame you. Yeah, it would save so much time. Yeah, Maze making me sick right now. Same right here. I am tired of Maze. Also, who makes an auto chess without a speed selector? I don't know. Honestly, these matches go by so fast already, I don't think it's that necessary. Genuinely takes more time to load in and put in the presets than it actually does to complete the auto chessboards. I'm gonna drink a little bit more water. Maze 100% needs an update or a rework. Or both. Update and rework. I wonder if I'll ever complete a stage of this guy, or like the main part of this without having to change, or well, never having to change. Yeah, I cleaned up the base shop every reset until now. I feel you. Yeah. Thankfully, this latest reset will be the final one where I really need to push to clear. Because after this, it'll just be the new wedges, but I mean, the new wedges are gonna take just as much because there's 6 of them each. So, with that in mind, I guess it's not gonna really alter my grind time. Maze runs a day should clear before reset, assuming shop is 648k and 270 to 300%. Yeah. I'm gonna try and push for 5 to 10 a day myself. That's just me. Alright, well, I got even more load to deal with now. Which means I have even more firing squad guys. Oh, jeez. Okay, those guys are tanky. Alright, well, it looks like my strategy is going to have to change up a bit. Because my tanky guys aren't tanky enough anymore. Weekly cooldown would be much better because I think everybody likes the weekly on Chase. Yeah. Just less maze grind overall, please. Yeah, let me claim that and claim all this. Holy moly. Well, looks like I just gotta get to 40 and then the last few. Should be able to get all the important rewards now. Wait, I should probably get the die first, because that's the most limited thing among all this other stuff. And then track shifts and other items. Alright. Yeah, the enemy starts using tough tanks in the leadership stages, so you gotta try the new stuff. Yeah, I do. Alright, so this guy was the one I was using, so it's got that much shield and that much defense. So I just gotta find somebody tankier. Completing boarding sites. This guy looks pretty tanky, but I don't have him unlocked, obviously. Um. That guy, maybe? I don't know. Nah, he doesn't have nearly as much defense. This guy either. Oh, this guy. But it's all shields. He doesn't have any HP whatsoever. I guess I'll probably just have to equip some more defensive ones. Decay, Corrosion, Blast, Vengeance, Glimmer, Sacrifice. I probably shouldn't put a Commander ability on him. Just stack more defense. When taking damage, gains plus 25. Oh yeah, easily that one. What about the other purple tier stuff? More HP. Reduce target defense. Oh, that's even more defense stacking. Golly. Plus, what kind of defense increases that? Equipment limit read? Okay, I guess I have to unequip first. And I can't just swap them. Alright. Alright, well, that should probably be enough. And when it comes to this guy, I can stack some better attacking things. Use target's defense. Easy. And could probably put on a very basic attack rune. Yeah, right there. Splendid. Alright, time to get Owen. Like if you get 8k but you use 800% commission manuals to get 6,000 or 64,000. Oh yeah. Alright. Should really need one of the really tanky guys. And can probably fill up the rest. Save. Alright, let's try. Oh jeez, these guys are absolutely annihilating the enemy now. Everyone at 65 yet? I don't think everybody's at 65. People are getting really close. Suggest a lot they should just limit blueprints to 1 per week and massively reduce the price. So a few runs every week, so lets you play blueprints and purples can be farmed with no limit. Or just do that same thing, but... Oh, what the... Why am I getting a voice line in the middle of the mecha puppets? Got stuck at 18? Okay, well, I'll have to try 18. This guy has hella defense going. So, let me try this lineup. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, I can definitely see why you might be getting stuck here. Holy crap. And they start healing themselves? What? That's insane. Okay. The turrets. I'm gonna go so far as to call them tourists. Now, the blue runes don't are actually pretty good for how little they cost some sleep on. Oh yeah, I've been using some of the blue runes. Okay. Well. Looks like I'm gonna need to have something. Alright, there's a Commander ability that removes healing, right? Like, I'm 90% sure that's the case, right? Let's see. Help. Tutorials. Alright, Prim Man. Monsters. Okay. Decay. Decaying Swamp heals while healing allies inside. Okay. Decay might be good. Vandalized Devour. Wait. Wither. Alright. Dealing damage. Sacrifice. Explosion defeat. Ice Hell. Sergeant. Frostbite. Blast. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to start strategizing. Can't stop their healing as far as I'm aware. It's a rune that does that. I used the Diver Dude with just a Wither rune on. Diver Dude. Which one's the Diver? Top right and interlock, 15 cost? Oh, okay. And you said Wither, right? Or Decay? I might not have the Wither rune. Let's see. Thunderbolt. Okay, yeah. I have to reach the rank beyond the board. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to do some endlesses for a bit. Oh, crap. Remove my line. That previous lineup seems to have become very expensive for what I'm running now, or the kinds of stages that I'm running. Alright, let me overwrite that. Yeah, I am gonna have to do endlesses for a good bit. No, the sniper seems to be really strong. Maybe I should replace my gorillas with snipers. Tactical insights. Alright. See, sniper, private, mecha puppet. Holy. Yeah, that's so much attack. Alright. Well, when healing an ally, when dealing damage to a shield target. Yeah, I'll give it that rune, and I'll give it an attack rune. Which is a pretty basic attack rune, because that's super cheap. Alright. It's pretty affordable as well, at least in the later stages. A sniper with Wither or Death Machines? Okay, well, I'll have to get Wither. Alright. The Tinky guy up front, and Sniper. Just line up the back row with him. Overwrite. Holy moly. Oh yeah, and the Wither's the one with like the rotating stuff around it, right? Yeah, the snipers are kind of slow to shoot. That now that I notice.
So I think that the gorillas are gonna deal more damage overall, or at least faster. At least for now. But if the wither is based on like your what's it called? The attack that they have, then the snipers will be primary targets for that. Oh, great. Yeah, I think it might be a case where I want to go with gorillas for now. Yeah. Wither seems to be pretty much the best yellow rune. Okay. Yeah, let me try this and just replace them with the gorilla storm again. Mostly the number 2s don't really seem to be that much more powerful than the number 1, so it might just be better for me to spend the number 1s. Except for when we get like these really tanky fat guys. Then they just start healing. There's nothing that I can do against them. Okay. Both deckers, on attackers and tanky units. It's better on melee units though? Okay. Yeah, I can reroll the enemies. I just need to figure out how to actually beat these guys. Yeah, the Benevolence rune. Let's see. Mecha Puppet overview. Okay, yeah, these guys have like many multitudes of more attack. But they also cost so much more as well. Did I just replace the cleavers with this guy for the time being? Go with an attack and HP rune? Well, defense stacking 1 on HP and the regen 1. Wait, do I have the regen? I don't think I have the regen 1. Huh. The arrow guys are very good. Wild Swarm arrows. Better than the Gorilla Filthoids? It's just blue tank runes? Okay. I'll try them out. Let's see, do I have a pure blue tank rune? There we go. Well, I'll try him out. I believe there's a good lifesteal purple rune. I'm definitely gonna need that then. So let me put that guy, and let me try just all of these fellas as the back line. Alright, overwrite this one because this one's not working out. Oh yeah, these guys are, well, they were dealing more damage until they got taken out. I guess that is an issue with the Blade guy. But it really doesn't tell you about special abilities. The air guys sometimes do a bag dump for big damage. Ah, okay. They just let you use gold commission manuals and run maze. You get, yeah, like you just frankly anything, any maze upgrade. Yeah. So I guess Cleaver Mecha Puppet instead. Let me just apply this and remove him and put Cleaver. Well, actually, maybe I'll put him there because, like, maybe then he'll actually function as a front line. Okay. Okay, they just almost instantly took out the fat guy. But yeah, the blade guy just isn't doing it. Yeah, he jumps in the back, which is definitely nice for aggro, or aggroing the back, but I need somebody to protect the front right now. So let me just remove one of these purple ones and put on a defensive-oriented blue one. Do I have an HP defense? I do have an HP defense. Okay, there we go. This should be enough. I wonder how the drone dude that explodes on death would be with the sacrifice rune. Alright. Move that and put this guy out and... I'll put another one of these guys in there just cause I can. And overwrite. There we go. They're actually functioning as a front line now. Splendid. And all they really need to do is just make sure that the arrow guys live long enough. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, this is so much better. The level 2 rifleman is a grenade launcher. Oh, that's crazy. Nope, that stage just got cleared out pretty easily with that. So, looks like this is my winning strategy for now. We'll have to see how it keeps going. Let me check stream health real quick. Okay, looking good. Connection stable overall. Wait, did I lose? I would... Huh. Okay. Two sword mecha puppets and... Are they all just sword mecha puppets? Alright. Oh wait, no. Okay, there's arrows and as well, okay. I guess I'll have to adjust further. Alright. So, smooth handful of these guys and go for this guy to rush the back line. Or don't rush the back line? Okay, what I don't get is how are these guys getting so much tankier enemies than I do? Sword mecha puppet with HP and range rune? Okay. I guess I just gotta copy the exact same thing. The sword mecha puppet right there. I mean, if I remove both of the runes right there. Yeah, it straight up just doesn't make sense. How are these guys so much tankier? I mean, I guess it's just all the shield that they're getting? Just stack a bunch of shield runes on this guy? Shield HP? Well, he was running a purple rune on it as well. So, and these guys are running a purple. Yeah, when dealing damage to shield the target, I'm pretty sure. Don't I have that on my arrow guys as well? I might not have put it on the arrow guys. Arrow. Okay, yeah, I don't have it on the arrow guys. Let me do that. Because that seems to be the main way to break through shielded enemies. So just copy in this guy's flow. And I can put a Gorilla Filthoid out and one of these guys as well. At the very least, just as a distraction, I guess. Okay, somehow my backline was just entirely open? Put the diver on second square instead of first. Sometimes he doesn't dive if he's on front square. Okay. Enemies must have their premium versions of the runes? What? Alright, let's try this, and arrow. And put one of these guys there. Okay, they just completely mag dumps that guy. Alright. Well, Gorilla Filthoid, 8 and arrow for my bow guy, so I won there. Alright. This event is gotten pretty tough, all things considered. I was kind of expecting it to stay easy, but I appear to have been very sorely mistaken on that front. Props to the dev for doing that, I guess. Though, it does seem like a lot of these enemy rotations can be pretty easy to clear. You just want to get a particular stinker that becomes an issue. Put that there and just do the same thing that I did prior. And it should probably work out. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that worked so much better. Well, at the very least, I should do all my dailies for the event. Yeah. Gotta complete 4 more endless stages. But yeah, there's more runes. Splendid. And I'll get the fat guy later, so that should be an easy frontliner to crush on. I do have to grind all the way up to Grandmaster, which will definitely be one. It does look like I've already pushed through all the important rewards, at least. Daily is basically 10 endless a game? Yeah, it seems so. So, just by doing the dailies, I should get the event maxed out no matter what. Alright, and stack up the arrow guys in the back line, and put a couple gorilla filters because I can. Oh yeah, these guys are just gonna eat all the damage. Though it does look like it might have been better for me to run the guy that shoot or eliminates the backline first. But okay, never mind. Yeah, they out-healed my main damaging units. Oh wait, there's infinite rewards on globules and coins? What? Did I not notice that? Let's see. Huh. Oh, well, I guess I haven't bought out all the coins yet. I suppose it really just depends on how long it takes to clear it and how difficult it is. I guess that the event design from Summit's going to be a lot more common from here on out. Okay. My freaking arrow guy got one shot. And he's not going for the backline. Bro. Yeah, that's like my main worry with it, is that these stages do seem pretty time consuming, so the event rewards would have to be pretty significant to make doing all that worth it. Alright. What? Oh my gosh, I put 4 sword guys. I'm stupid. Why Faros and Gotcha Smack don't talk about DNA anymore? I don't know, I guess they just have other things that they're concerned about right now. I can't really gauge why somebody other than B is doing the things that they do. Alright. Well, they didn't get one shot this time, so this should be a good clear. Okay. Maybe this depends on... Alright. It's just a little frustrating. Alright, maybe if I do it up front and on the right now? Wait, no, not you. And if I put these guys in the corners, perhaps? Oh, did he not kill him? Okay, great. That's just splendid. Well, at the very least, that slime didn't kill my arrows, but is he... Okay, he's gonna keep aggroing in the fat guy for some reason. Alright. Okay. Are they just hoppers and talk about one single thing and then forget about it when the next new game comes out? Yeah, they're tourists. I mean, pretty much every single big gacha CC is a tourist. They'll stick around the main games that bring attention and stuff. But that's really it. Unironically, I think the devs realized the mess up of giving Dead Hills to sponsored CCs and them showing wedges that haven't even released, so they're cutting back on the sponsors for the time being. That and it just doesn't really make as much sense to do a big sponsor release for something that they haven't really put in a bunch of stuff to market themselves. Because, I mean, 1.2 is very clearly a smaller patch in terms of scope and scale, even with all the, frankly, amazing changes that we've gotten from it. But, so it wouldn't really make that much sense to go like, hey, you know, all you people who have been relatively checked out of Duet Night Abyss, here are a bunch of changes that only matter to the people who are actively still playing. It just doesn't simply make sense to advertise a big QOL patch, because QOL really only is there to bring or keep players that are already playing the game, not really to bring in a bunch of new people. Yeah. It makes a lot more sense to save that money for bigger releases like 1.3, 1.4, and beyond. Especially when the overall game state has, well, it has shifted a good deal for the people who have been actively playing the game. If you're somebody who's still at, like, the very beginning, it's not going to be all that different. So, they're still going to have to go through all that with no real big carrot at the end. I think 1.3 will have better ads because they have the whole story there, too. Yup. I mean, there are two main ways to essentially bring people who are not already, like, super into the game. One is story. Story is an excellent way to garner new audiences. Beyond that, it's like some really, really good game modes. And if they can do both of those, then obviously, yeah, crank up the marketing to 11. Mm-hmm. Oh, this looks like it's gonna be pretty easy. Might want... 2 should probably be enough. You can put the elite sergeant in there just so we can fill up some slot. Alright, there we go. Full arrow volley. Yeah, those snipers aren't doing shit. Oh, I think that's the 10 waves done. Or 10 clears of Endless done for the daily part of the event. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I don't really have a lot of cogs left. I might be able to beat board 18 with the kind of setup that I have now. Alright, apply. I just have to remove that, and I could probably get away with not having that guy up there.
Just with the tanky guys up front and the arrows. Actually, it might be better for me to stack up both arrows on one side because they're really split up right now. I have 2 more blueprint and 0 blade, right? It's a common drop. I assume you're talking about like some covert commission stuff. Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's a little silly, but it's just RNG. Yeah. Stacking both up on one side will make them focus up on the same fat guy, which will significantly increase the speed at which I clear one of them, which is especially important when they get the heal. Jeez. Yeah, these guys are hella... Well... Yeah, I don't think that I can do it with the current setup. They've got way too much healing going on right now. That's actually insane. I really will need those... what's it called? Gold runes and stuff. Or benevolence. The fat guy. My own fat guys. So there's Relentless Advance, Masterful Control, Beyond the Board, and Grandmaster. I can grind all the way up to Grandmaster from the Endlesses. So yeah, I'll just do that on a daily basis. Okay. Seems nice enough. Oh, that's my Wedge's done! There we go! And now I can go to my Blaze Resolve and put that to +10. Awesome. Alright! And crazy stuff about I spent 25 letters, 0 blade. Were you doing it AFK the whole time? Like on auto turn? Because auto turn's only going to select the highest tier item that's available. It's not a problem to do 10 runs a day on max rank. Sniper with Wither plus Thunderbolt and tank with Sacrifice Bloodbath wins 9% of the battles. Okay. Well, I'll have to see how things work out with it. Yeah. I do need 5 more Covenanters to craft this last Scorch, though, for my Knifle. Well, I've got more mazes to do, though. No, bro, I don't turn on auto in Explode Convert. Okay. Oh, I was just making sure that wasn't the case, because that would be one way that would mess stuff up. Alright. Well, I've got at least 2 more maze runs to do, but frankly, I think it should just be a whole deal where I do 10 a day. Just get it all done in a week. Or a little bit more than a week. Either that or farm up a bunch more money alongside it, because I'll be needing so many coins. Frankly, doing 5 runs just for coins will probably be a pretty optimal thing to do today. Just so that I can keep crafting the track shifts and especially the sands and crystals, because I'm going to be doing a lot of overnight defenses. I think I'm in the bottom 1%. It's lucky and unlucky at the same time. Suffering from success, exactly. Oh. I'll say I might be spurring on this topic out of nowhere. Should probably do like some more dedicated streams to talk about stuff like this. But
what do you all think would be the most important things to change and add or improve upon in order to essentially bring more players into the game? Okay, because obviously there are a lot of adjustments like auto turn and other things that community has asked for overall, but what things do you think are going to excite people to bring them into the game? Because, again, very different kind of appeal to what we as the active player base want. Farming more coins from the A's is a thing of the past. I just AFK farm and sell the items. I'm at 9 million coins for just doing this strat. Well, the thing is, Maze will be faster than doing the AFK farm. I have used the AFK farm a lot, but since I have to kind of prioritize doing mementos overnight, can't really afford that same deal when it comes to, like, doing Explo for it. Making movement smoother? Okay, so I should probably have that, or have this as a note. Okay, so we've got smoother movement. Movement update. Probably put that down as. Alright. Alright, smoother movement. Alright, movement updates. Alright, you need some sort of catch events that help new players, at least one character, up to farming ability. Okay, so I'm hearing newcomer events / casual events to give players a big boost to materials for characters and weapons. I do think with the current event design and reward updates, that is, I'd say at least 50% addressed. Like we know about piercing ascent, but beginners might get put off at the start. Okay. Yeah, I could definitely agree with movement updates and other stuff like that. Movement more fun, grinding loop more active, improvements, more co-op focus, and incentives to play with friends would be the main drive to pull players in. Okay, so from that, co-op buffs and... Alright, co-op buffs, more active and engaging farms and grind loops. And we already had movement from before. Veronica being the first character and looking kind of scuffed is a bad first impression? Alright, I can agree with that. I think 10x ad revenue will bring a massive audience. I'm not sure that's something that they can just do. We need more movements. I have to use piercing consent to get around, otherwise it takes too long to use movement. Alright, so a lot of people are saying movement. So, I guess, big thing on the top of the list then. Endgame co-op. Okay. I can get behind that. Co-op endgame. Also, yeah, just general balancing too. Many players like a character and want to use that. Well, I do think that we are getting some more balance updates, especially in the near future, with all the new adjustments and improvements that they have announced. But, yep, that can go on the list as well. Controller support on mobile. Okay, so... controller fixes. Is this Narwhal I hear? Yes, it is indeed Narwhal. Alright.
What about story? Anybody think story would be a big draw? Oh, what? We got Chocomint Isu with the raiding party of 14. Nice to see you here, man. We're just in the middle of a current discussion topic. We're talking about improvements, additions, and changes that we believe would bring in a lot of new players. Okay. So, like, what are the most important things to essentially sell this game to a wider audience? Yep. I think characters are playable and it's pretty okay. Spot, aside from Randy, Hellfire, and Sybil. Out of those three, Hellfire, Sybil, and Hellfire are incredibly popular. Okay. Perma-bannable day is a feature. Personally, I think that we should just do an overhaul to the wedge grind rather than doing stuff like making Bountiful Day permanent. Not gonna lie, I couldn't care about the story. Oh, really? Definitely story is a major thing. Oh, looks like we got a couple of shatters disagreeing with each other. Maze mods make AFK grind only to secret letter clues. Co-op active wedge farms should be able to 50 epic wedges in 3 to 4 hours with co-op, no manual boost in co-op. Okay. We need more hot men to get the girls and the gays. Alright. More men, I guess. Maze overhaul. I think I saw that in there. Maze overhaul. Love the history of this game. It's Final Fantasy level. Oh yeah, dude, I am so in love with the game story. Amazing is right. Cheatly is pretty chill in the theater. Oh yeah, Rhythm as well. Both of them are. So, don't really. It seems a little bit off topic. My friend hates crafting timers. It's really hard to catch up with so many meta characters are locked behind weeklies. I don't really think that there are that many. It's like just the supports, really. I mean, you get Fushu, but when it comes to like top characters, Rhythm is kind of just there. But thinking lowering weekly lockouts. I could see that. Defense should have one big wave, not 3 small waves for one big wave. Okay. Let's compete with exploration. Might nerf Luno amounts though. I don't think it would nerf Luno amounts. It shouldn't, at least. Alright. By the way, I'm making a website where we can test out DNA builds without having to do them in-game, like a damage calculator. Is there anything you'd like to see in it? I mean, we already have a guy in my server working on a very sophisticated damage calculator. But the big thing is just being able to select wedges, weapons, and supports, and having all the stats be from there rather than you having to, like, type in everything yourself. TBH, I'm not really interested in the game story at all. They gotta figure out a way to make you hooked from the beginning. They need to remake the story completely. IMO? I kinda disagree with that. I feel like the story starts out really strong in 1.0. More UI improvements that the game can be boring or too grindy as of right now, but personally UI feels clunky and mashed all in one place. Like, New Reforge is cool, but scrolling to find exactly what you need is so crap. They could at least make the grid view? Okay. So But the thing is, more UI improvements, that's a current player issue. That's not like a new player issue. When a new player comes into the game, I don't think I don't think what they're thinking about is, yeah, I want a grid view on the forging menu. Don't get me wrong, it still would be nice to have even more UI improvements than what we've had already, and it is important. But you can't really sell a game to somebody by saying like, oh yeah, we like made all the UI look really good. I mean, that'd be like telling somebody, hey, you should come to our restaurants. We completely redid all of the counters and tables and chairs and stuff. It's really, really nice. People don't go to restaurants for, well, that is part of the reason, but that's more of like, are you coming back rather than are you going to it in the first place? People are first going to a restaurant for the food. Would increasing the weekly cap on weekly bosses ruin the game's balance? I don't think so. No, sorry, I mean the maze level. You don't have to worry so much about lamp wicks and artifacts. Your weapon is enough for the morale and skill intensity. Well, I mean, honestly, same thing kind of goes for Psyche as well. But I wasn't really super impressed with Shiliu when I tried her. Also, even as a new player, I realized that once you get past level 50, enemies scale massively more and get a lot tankier, and a lot of weapons slowly start becoming less relevant, and stay that way until you sit through the whole wedge grind. New wedges are great, but the progression curve is too steep, where it falls off with enemy scaling until you get the gold wedges fully built. Okay. So, you're thinking like better wedge mid-game. Alright, or better mid-game builds. And wedges. Okay, I can get behind that. That is definitely something that I have talked about before, even before the new wedges came out, is that weapons essentially just don't have purple wedges. Basically, every single purple wedge for a weapon is either garbage or only for support purposes. Yep. Search bar on forging menu. When crafting a pinned item, the pin doesn't go away. Okay. Again, that's like a... That's a UI QOL deal. That's not really something for the new player experience. Alright. I think secret letter blueprints for wedges should be able to buy with letters, and you should only have to grind for the materials. I don't really think so. Alright, let's see. There should be no weekly at all. I'm fine with limiting a new character for the first month. That should be all. Weekly needs to change. Oh, the thing is, I do kind of like the whole deal where we have the staggered release, where characters are first limited, then semi-limited, and then unlimited. Especially because it's not a inordinately long time before they become unlimited. It's like, what? How many months would it be? Like 4 months? No. 8 months it should be. Yeah, 8 months. Let's see. Yeah, kind of met example, but generally UI is insanely matched in one place and might scare new players too, because there's too much stuff to look at and remember. Well, wouldn't something like a grid view be even more imposing on a new player? Because that's like even more things that are being shoved in their face. If that is our concern right there. It's kind of blinding from the amount of features this game has, so maybe they should do something to streamline the experience. I kind of feel like the experience is already pretty streamlined. Every single resource has its own dedicated activity for it. And we have relatively in-depth tutorials on just about every system, including the Demon Wedge system, which is arguably the most important one. So I feel like it's already really, really streamlined. True, I know comparing it to like Souls games is not fruitful, but not one is discussing the story at all. Like we have so much video essays on DS3 and Elden Ring. Well, part of that's because the story of Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring are not in your face. Okay, they don't have like big cinematic stories. A lot of the stuff is hidden in like environmental details, item descriptions, so on and so forth. So the reason why videos like that for the stories of those games pop off is because it's so obfuscated in-game already. And similar deal when it comes to like Genshin Impact, what's it called? Hollow Knight, Silk Song. Like, but when you get to a game like Wuthering Waves, which doesn't really have all that much going on beyond the surf, or they kind of tell you everything that you really need to understand in the main story, it doesn't really pop off as much in terms of like the lore and story, because I mean everybody already kind of knows what's going on. Make gacha players banned from the game and promote to looter chats. Well, one of the main issues is that the people who play gacha games are also the primary kind of anime audience, because that's just the type of game that anime game players have had to essentially deal with for the past half decade. I mean, I'd be willing to say that even the people who love Duet Night Abyss probably play at least one gacha game still. Yep. Let's see. I think what they could do is give 2 thoughts per run for the weeklies. Whatever letters, or plus whatever letters, that way you get 10 pity thoughts to make up for the less than ideal RNG. Okay, that could be interesting. And because of the weapon material transfer or like convert as well, you can do the same thing with the bronze materials for weapons. But that also, I could see it being pretty nice. We'll of course have to see like how they can make the proper changes and adjustments. And do the same thing for theater as well, just extra thoughts as wars for finishing Repertoire Act 1, so you can protect against bad RNG of 20 letters. Yeah. I definitely like that change, so more thought shards as a like base / guarantee at the start, with letters being the remaining rewards in theater. Alright, Most Duet Night players are gacha game players 1000%. The Warframe grad kind of dropped the game. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really expecting the Warframe crowd to stick with it because, like, Warframe players are already satisfied with their game. It doesn't really make sense to advertise a new game to people who are already, like, more than satisfied with the current game. If not you, I remember many people talked about chests respawning in the overworld, which incentivized me at least to always look for them again and again because exploring is fun. Yeah, respawning chests, like how and other overworld design like Destiny Patrol, that would probably be pretty good addition. I do remember that I recommended stuff like that. Bro, I come from Warframe, Destiny, and TFD type games, and I love playing DNA. Yeah, I came from Destiny as well. At least before I quit Destiny. I'm not saying that there aren't any people that come from those types of games, but I'm not expecting them to be the kind of like primary audience. Warframe crowds comes in after they're done with patch content? Okay. Hi, Lerny! Having extra pity thoughts in theater will also protect people from getting I-1 shafted with these 65 letters. Okay. Since you're very knowledgeable in this game, I'd really enjoy a Reforge guide for blue and purple wedges. If you consider this feature even worth it, as a 70 new player, it's hard to keep track of which random blue or purple wedges are worth keeping, because if you need them for golden variant XYZ, you can't really find any helpful table online which has overall graphic which wedge forges into what. Well, I'd say good rule of thumb, if you have more than 300 of a wedge, you could probably use that material at least up down until like keeping 200. I'd say keep it most 200. Came from Warframe and PoE, and here am I. Alright. So, overworld design, overhaul, comma, or like parenthesis, Destiny Patrol. And Destiny Patrol overworld bosses. Alright. I'm gonna keep going with the maze. Ooh, Hymn of Angels! Pushing some to I3, but it's less relevant than I2 because it's just extra levels compared to kit change on I2. Yeah. Huachu is beautiful, but there's nothing to do after, like, what, 30 minutes of exploring the main quest? Kind of sad to see the new graphics there, kind of, it's just, there's nothing but empty fields. Yeah, I remember talking about that pretty soon after, like, the 1.1 release, in one of my first big feedback videos. I think it was the We Need Changes. I didn't really go into detail on it because I was kind of trying to keep it brief. But yeah, I do think that improving the open world, especially because they put so much effort into making it, would be really nice. Especially because there are just a bunch of open fields that don't really have a lot going on. Wait, did I pick up the embers and... Oh, no, I got the gold artifact. Destiny players in shambles, though, Lamau? Oh, yeah, 100%. Reminds me of the meme. It's like, I play Destiny every day. I am mentally... I am not depressed. And there's, like, some third option. I forget what it was. But, you know, it's the meme where you click 2, and then you click the third, and, like, one of the other two is... just, like, switches off. Make fish farming AFK, please? Like, please? I mean, you can do AFK fishing. It's just expeditions. They buffed expeditions pretty heavily in 1.1, so you can get like pretty much all the weekly, monthly stuff if you just keep doing expeditions. Agent is if someone is persistently asking about wanting to see set up an AFK script, saying they won't use it, but also says they need to test if it works. How would you go about it? We're a small community, but considering zero tolerance notifications that they put out feels wrong to not share it. Or do you mean to share it or to not share it? Because I don't think we should be dispersing AFK scripts for Duet Night Abyss, because yeah, they did put out like a whole notice about just not wanting people to be doing that kind of automation stuff. Alright. Glimmerfly. I should check the artifact exchange first. Okay, yeah, nothing. Let me get the other Glimmerfly. I would say something like a Steel Path, because the 180 level cap is nothing at this point. But that's more of a veteran player issue. I mean, level 180 can still be decently tough, but yeah, I do think that we need more, like, max difficulty grinding, especially because level cap is only for 2 commissions in the game right now. I mean, technically 3, but who's doing excavation? Banned so much people for auto-clickers when the game launched, I don't even want to think about scripts? Yeah. That I know about it and talk with the person. Yeah, I don't think we should be giving out AFK scripts, because that's basically just like, hey, buddy, here you go, start playing with fire and try not to get banned. Yeah, I think if you are friends with the person, you should really explain the situation to them thoroughly and say that you're not gonna give it to him for that. Oh, we need fish marketing DAA like in Warframe. I want to sell my Nord. I do really like the idea of doing some more player-driven economies, even if the like premium currency is not available for trading at first. Just being able to exchange stuff for other materials would be really nice, because the amount of things that I would give people for coins, like, I would trade so many secret letter clues away for coins. I mean, I wonder how many people would give me, like, several million coins for, like, all the character shards they need for an I6. The only good AFK for this game is secret letter clues, that's it. Well, there's also defense. We've got some good defense AFK strategies going on now. They need to buff excavation more so they do less mace runs. Or just add other resources for coins, because if I'm going to be completely honest, I mean, at this point I'd prefer doing excavation to maze, but I'd rather much more engaging activities than excavation for money farming. Alright. Alright, what is it? Okay, it's 20. I should just get the defense ignore. Why not? Alright, just remember Pear Rabbit exists, yet he gives close to 0 actual buffs because of the movement tech they have right now. Well, that, and we also kind of have to use Boxy. So, even though Pear Rabbit is good for movement, Boxy is just too much better for grinding overall. I do think farm scaling should be a bit more natural as player progresses. As you get stronger, you get access to better farms, but currently it just ends up being like you're outclassing enemies and repeating it a lot of times compared to continuously scaling wards depending on your power level and requirements. Which falls back into the previous point of having bad minigame experiences. Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that. On a Chinese game, never expect open trading to be a thing. They have rules about that, most likely to not let Chinese players have contact with capitalism ideology. Oh, really? Is that like a verified thing? It'd be a little bit disappointing if that was the case. They just need to let us merge Genimons with abilities / passives. Well, what do you mean by merge Genimons? Like putting 2 Genimon passives on the same one? You have the 2 gold genies who are Bloxy and Good Night and are way more useful. Yeah, that is the main issue. Love to see more gold Genimons or more of the other in general. Yeah. I do think it would be nice to get some more Genimons in like 1.4 and beyond. Even PoE 1 as a different economy system for Chinese side of things with even pay-to-win pets, while PoE 1 is full free-to-play on the rest of the world. Okay. So, I mean, it could just be a whole deal where there is that kind of separation where the rest of the world gets like the regular, normal player-driven economy while CN gets like their weird law stuff. That could definitely be the case. Like merge Boxy and Bunny passives? Okay. I mean, that also kind of just sounds like maybe just allow us to equip multiple Genimon instead of just merging them. An auto-continue Gmon option would be nice. Auto-combine Genimon. Sure. I don't see why not. They just know they can milk Koreans and Chinese people more. PoE 1 and World of Warcraft both have more pay-to-win in China, but still have their trading systems, and trading is still paramount to the experience. Okay. Games that limit trading, do it to combat RMT / boss. Yep. RMT is definitely the biggest concern for me when it comes to in-game trading systems. But it is just something that you unfortunately can't avoid. Alright, let's see. Fold over. And get that as well. I feel like buying at least 3 sets of blueprints and wedges a day will probably be nice. Honestly, getting some more movement buffs or movement improvements would, yeah, like we all talked about before when it came to new player experience. Having that as a baseline improve overall would definitely be nice. Maybe we could adjust the kind of like dodge that we have right here, because honestly, if the dodge was different, I feel like that would be one real good way to buff movement overall. Alright. I think I've got to do 2 more maze runs in order to get that, like, 3rd bundle of blueprints and stuff today, at the very least. Alright. Hey, there we go, Penitence Night.
We need a character just built for speed. Would be fun. Well, we have that already. It's called Rhythm. Rhythm is the sweet character of Duet Night Abyss. She gives the entire team a massive speed boost while also having the strongest movement tech in the game. And beyond that, because of her ult, she also has no issue with just running through the map and ignoring all combat. Well, I mean, not ignoring it because she's eliminating enemies by just existing. Bro, I want to see them update the rhythm model. She has no idle animation, just stays frozen and looks at you like a little stick. She needs more luck. She does have an idle animation, doesn't she? The one where she does the stretch? We need a Nova from Warframe-like character. I don't know who Nova is, so... I apologize. But yeah, she does, but it's very quick, and she goes back to wooden stick mode, but yes, she does have one. Alright. I do think that they had a position for, like, character model and I think maybe animations as well that got recently filled at the company. So maybe could be seeing some more improvements to that as well. I mean, taking a look at Geely's animations, it definitely looks like they are stepping up in terms of that. So I do hope to get more details on 1.3 within the coming weeks, especially when it comes to that cosmetic event. But they should be going off break this week, right? The model's already very good in the game, but the animations are lacking. They gotta take lessons from Genshin, ZZZ, or Wuwa. I'd say ZZZ or Wuwa. I've not been impressed at Genshin animations. I'm gonna be completely honest. But big thing for me is definitely the facial animations, because a lot of characters are very static when they're doing something, especially when they're attacking with like their melee weapons and stuff. Alright. Almost all done with me. Oh, am I gonna get... Oh, full Penitent Knight set! Okay, well, I kind of just win now, so... Easy peasy lemon squeezy. No, it would be fire to speed up defense objective? Okay. More audio-based characters for engaging gameplay. I love how Outsider mutes all player incoming audio while on ult, including Genimons. Subconsciously forced me to go stealth. Okay. I mean, definitely interesting. Let me just try and burst this guy down. Yes! Absolutely annihilated! There we go. Very splendid. Well, should... I might need to do 2 more if I want to get another set of blueprints and wedges. Yeah, I think I gotta do 2 more. Ugh. Oh, sweet. It's starting out with Penitent's Knight, Rusted Sword already. Oh my gosh. So good with the maze runs. Thank you, Burr. You truly are blessed.
Hi, Virus. Any thoughts on Ji Liu being good for Maze? Yeah. I'm not that impressed by her. I've had a lot of people coming in today talking about Ji Liu Maze. I think it's because of the amazing video that he put out on it. Personally, I'm not really that impressed by Ji Liu and Maze. She just kind of seems like a worse Lyn in my eyes. Slower Lyn. Feels so good bursting down this guy in Hellfire before they start going invincible. Oh, yeah. Like, in terms of satisfaction, it's top tier, easily. Alright. Give me the embers. And what's worse than that about Ji Liu is that she is heavily susceptible to getting just absolutely fucked up by the Penitence Knight gauntlet. Like, I feel like if she gets hit by that, it's just an unrecoverable run. Because her normal costs are already so high. Ji Liu, Maze just chill for me, use the AoE dot ult and jump around the map. Yeah, but I can just do the exact same thing on Lyn, but... Well, not the exact same thing, I just jump up and destroy all the enemies at once. Without having to wait for anything. How many... Okay, I can go for a shot. Need 30 million gold. Is Maze fastest way to farm it? Yeah, Maze is the fastest way to farm gold. There's not really any way of getting around it. Yeah, I can definitely agree that Psyche's the most consistent in Maze. Because she performs adequately in the AoE clears, and is very, very consistent when it comes to bossing. Though you do really want to have her I6. If she's pre-I6, I'd say Lyn and Nifel will be better. Yeah, Ji Liu is very heavily dependent on Fushu. I just sold so many materials, so much gold. Yeah, I've been selling a lot more lately, mostly because I've been getting even more materials lately. Maze would feel so much better if you could sell your stuff too, instead of only being able to buy. That way you can fine-tune the run and get rid of stuff like Penitence Gauntlet when they actively harm you. Yeah. Honestly, just straight up make it Risk of Rain. Like, I keep saying it, just make it Roar 2. You make Maze Roar 2, it's instantly the best activity in the entire game. Alright. Yeah, give me the artifact. Immersion should be a buy-sell trade shop. I mean, I guess if we're going with the current version, that would definitely be better. But I just think we should get rid of all the menuing that we're doing. I don't find the menuing fun. I think it'd be so much better if we just got the items as we play through like a big stage rather than doing all these different transitions and pop-ups. Do new players want farmable skins? I feel like more free cosmetics would definitely be a big draw for people. Like, one big thing that we're seeing right now are a lot of skins that are being given, or accessories that are being given out for events right now. So maybe having the ability to get a free skin every single update would be a big draw for people. Maybe not like the full premium skin, but just like the what's it called, general skin, like the universal skin. So let's see, more free / farmable / event cosmetics. I mean, we are also getting more dice from events as well, which is pretty nice. Sweet, got another penance site. Splendid. Cosmetics in this game not being universal makes it a really big deal to give out skins, but I know how it can hurt them. Or don't see how it can hurt them. Yeah. At the very least, when it comes to all the universal stuff, I mean, they already just straight up gave out a skin, so just making like skins as a part of event rewards would be so free. Oh yeah, the text skip bug has been fully fixed. It works every single time now. Do you think there should be craftable skins available per patch? There's already accessories you can craft using overworld forge items. Why not whole outfits? Yep. That could be at the end of like some big grind, like the final event reward, or some big penultimate thing from like, let's say, a rep track. Yeah, let me activate my, what's it called? Passive. I was planning on buying the BP. You think devs deserve the love and support? Oh yeah, 100%. At the very least, like a BP and monthly, especially because all the foxing that you're going to be getting from that stuff will then be able to be used for cosmetics on the upcoming events in 1.3. And it's going to be brand new cosmetics as well. So that'll be an even bigger deal. Yep. Just barely off the mark. I gotta do one more. Yeah, devs are working really hard to improve the game, and it's starting to really show. Last patch, or, well, this most recent patch was such a big thing for all the QoL of the game, while also improving builds and gameplay in general as well. The only two real issues I have with the patch is that they increased the maze grind without either buffing rewards from maze or updating the maze at all, and that the I'm just not a fan of the gacha cosmetic system in general. Do I think Yuming have a big peepee? Probably. I think Yuming would be pretty stacked, all things considered. I'd love super grinding prestige outfits. Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Something you can't buy with money either. Yep. Read in my mind. I talked about that before in a stream where we need just more like cosmetics that are a big, or just rewards in general that are big chase, that are either like a difficult achievement to get through, or like just a grind through a regular activity, such as a dungeon or raid. Trust your word, buying the BP. Well, I hope you were satisfied with your purchase. I want the dragon, but I'm just not sure if it's worth. Only buy the dragon if you're a whale, okay? Like, if you were thinking about if it's worth, I'd say just don't do it. Because the last thing you need to do is spend all the money on that, and then have some other cosmetic or even just like gameplay related thing, like the battle pass, and you don't have enough money for that in the future. And because that's going to matter a whole lot more than just some dragon that you really only use to flex on people in co-op. Oh, what about the new 99 defense farm? Heard something about it with Randy? Yes. It's Mebius who posted the strat on YouTube, so all credit goes to them. I shared the video on my Discord server.
but you use Randy to protect the defense objective and have knifeful CC enemies and Fushas as support. And that should be the best way of going for like high ranked defense runs. I didn't make it to level cap. Or, well, I made it to level cap. I didn't go all 99 waves with it when I did it last night. But you should be able to with the right map and the right setup. Okay, there we go. 2 great drops. Maps are so slow, even the flight, that they're basically just glad to show off in the area. Yeah. It's really only something that you're doing to show off, or because you just like it that much yourself. How long is the 99 defense runs? Oh, if you're doing full AFK, it's going to be like 5 hours. So I'd only do it if you're going to sleep with it. Though, it'll be significantly faster if you're playing actively. But, considering each wave of defense is going to be like a minimum of a minute, it'll be at least like 2 hours if you're doing it actively yourself. So far I got to wave 60 without Randy. Splendid. Well, you could probably get to max using the Randy strat. Right, give me that gold tier artifact. There we go. What would be your opinion if they buffed relocation to give gelatin and magnets as rewards for track shift crafting? Also be a way to grind some cosmetics by collecting parts as a bonus, which you can forge into an accessory or costume. I don't think that I want to play relocation. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'd much rather them put those rewards and resources into a significantly more fun and better activity than relocation. That'd be like saying, what if they made it so that you got I don't know, a pint of Oreo ice cream, like mint Oreo ice cream, for sticking your hands in shit for like 15 minutes. I mean, would I do that? Probably. But would I want to stick my hands in shit regardless? No. Any of the 3 new Mystic Mage wedges worth it? Commanding Thrust 100%. That is the best normal attacking wedge right now. The other 2, I'd say just do them for XP. That's really it. Neither of them are great at all. At least in the current setups we have. Relocation would be fine if it had a weekly reward or something, but ain't no shot in farming that shit. I'd go crazy on the 5th run. Yeah, exactly. Or 50th run. Yeah, and the other main issue is that so many people would rather just, like, AFK X-Flow for those rewards. So, I don't really see it as that good in general. Make sure to wash your hands before eating the ice cream. True. Alright, there we go. Skip the second phase. Need lettuce auto everything, then we can play other games. Or maybe we just need more engaging grinds so that we have a good time farming in this game. I'm okay with the... In fact, I really like the way that they did the auto commission updates right now, but I don't want that to be the standard of what we should expect from gameplay out of Duet Night Abyss. Alright, let me forge like another ton of these. And let me get the remaining wedges for my constant weapons crafting right now. And I'm broke again, so
We go ahead and trade in all these spindles for 750,000 coins. Yes! But honestly, if I do like 3 pairs a day, that'd be like 2 days here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So another week. I am frankly slowly running out of things to grind. In fact, I'm gonna be almost completely done within the next couple weeks. And after this upcoming Battlefield Day, I think it's gonna be a bit, and especially the second Battlefield Day in the other half of the patch, it's gonna be really difficult for me to find actual meaningful things to go for, other than just crafting all of my track shift modules and farming for even more. Yes, I know when both Battlefield Days are. They gave us an event preview. It's going to be on the 20th of this month and the 20th of next month. Would you think that raids would make newer players come in? Yes. At the very least, just because all the people who are already engaged in the game would then go to their friends and be like, hey, bro, hop on the game with me. We're going to be doing the end game together. Co-op is such a big driver for games. That teaches to play new games. Okay, I guess I will have to do that. Alright. Maybe a big buff on reward if you play co-op or high difficulty that can only be play with people. Everything is solo game lately. Yep. Overall, co-op reward boost would be pretty nice. Like, even just like a 20% reward boost for playing in co-op would be great. Like 10% for doing it with at least one player, and an additional 5% for every other player. Or heck, even just like a 10% for every single player in the lobby. I think that would be best. So what do you think are the most and least fun grinds? For me, Chase co-op is the best and Blue Wedge are awful. Some people told me they hate Prime grinding. I'd say the explosions aren't as bad as the defenses, because they go by faster. But yeah, I'd agree that most fun farm, definitely Chase. Least fun farm, probably Wedges. Farm that I'm most tired of, Mystic Maze. But that is just partially because it takes a lot more like mental power to go through Mystic Maze than it does to like wedge farm. Because when I'm wedge farming, I can literally just be like having a chat with people and just thrusting my character forward every half minute. And that's really... Meanwhile, Mystic Maze, I kind of do have to think about what I'm doing and what doors I'm going through. Ugh. No. Also, I think I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream about now. It's definitely a bit of a short stream, but that is also because I started later. Got other things that I have to take care of, especially when it comes to parsing through all the feedback that we put together today. So gotta give y'all a huge thank you for engaging in the topic. Is Sybil a good character? She's usable. I guess what makes blues discouraging is that you need 10 to 20 to grab the single. Yeah, definitely. But I will have to give you all a massive thank you for tuning into the stream today. I appreciate you all immensely. Gonna be picking back up with everything, and so definitely expect more, especially on the video end. It was a little bit unfortunate that I didn't manage to get one out this morning, but Jam just got back. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm still recovering a bit, so unfortunately I can't go as crazy. But yeah, massive thank you to everybody who tuned into the stream. Expect more to come, and as always, I will see you all next time.